Baruch atah Adonai, Baruch Sheinu le'avod v'mitzvot Yaakov, v'chagad l'kefach ha'nerei Elohim, yom ha'chosel devu k'nei Yaakov v'zech v'chaltiel, v'zech v'nei Bnei Mamash Mevi Yaakov, v'chayzum Shema Gem Baruch atah Adonai, Shema Gem Avraham, V'chagad l'Elam Adonai, v'chayzum Shema Gem Yisrael, 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 Melach Memphis Machai B'Fnei Yeshua B'nei Menat Elakis Mesim Baruch atah Adonai, L'Chaya B'Yisrael.
Oh, we did that. Today's learning is Lili Nishma, Pepe, Yosef and Yisrael and Luna. This is the art site of today's Nisham Shem and So middle of learning, we just started learning the laws of Hanukkah. And it says like this, part of the laws is the history. Abai Sasheni in times of the second Beis Hamikdash, when the Greeks were in rule over the Greeks were ruling over the land of Israel. They put zeres, they put different decrees on the Yidden, and they tried to put an end to our practicing Yiddishkeit. What?
They didn't mind that was you.
They didn't mind they were Jewish, but they wanted to not practice Yiddishkeit. They wanted us to not do Torah mitzvahs. In other words, there were things in Torah that didn't mind us learning. There were parts of mitzvahs they didn't mind us doing. For example, mitzvahs that make sense, mitzvahs that are nice. Shouldn't steal. Oh, that's nice. Makes sense. Shouldn't steal. And you shouldn't. The parts of Torah to learn that are history. By all means, learn history. Why not? Parts of Torah that are, but they don't want you to learn. Don't learn Torah because Hashem's Torah. Learn because it's a nice history book. There's Josephus and there's Torah. Two mitzvahs that make sense, but not because the mitzvahs connected to Hashem. And of course, that's where they started. The next thing you know is they started touching our money, saying this is what we could do business in, or we can't do business in. This is, you're only allowed to have vaccinated people in your business. Okay. So we can only do okay. And not just in your money, but also they were messing with trying to grab our children, trying to grab the Yiddish girls. I don't know if anyone's been watching the news, but there's a crazy story that just came out about a Jewish girl that got married to
An Arab guy. Arab guy.
with an Arab. Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Very careful.
Super careful.
People coming to the shul, you have to check.
Everybody has to be checked. You have to check the family. You check everything. You can't have crazy. You can't have just vague stories. You can't have vague stories, huh? This guy, this girl, innocent girl, married a boy who someone put them together. He said his family didn't want to have anything to do with him. That was the story. Well, in fact, didn't have anything to do with him because he became off the show because he became observant. And then they found out that he's an Arab and he's an Arab terrorist. Now the whole debate is he really a terrorist? Is he just an Arab, not a terrorist? That's not what the girl signed up for. Huh? Anyway, crazy thing is, this boy went to a Chabad house before in Texas. That's where he went. They called the Chabad over there. Chabad said, I don't know, something's sketchy, something's not right. We don't know anything, but something's not right. Can't know. Boy speaks Hebrew. What do you know? He's Israeli. No. Anyway, be careful. Very careful. Anyway, so they tried messing with our girls. Next thing it is, they went to the Beis HaMikdash and they defiled it and they made whatever is pure, they made it impure, and they gave us a lot of pain. They gave a lot of sorrow, a lot of pain to the Yidden. And it gave us a big blow until Hashem had mercy on us and He sent the Chashmonaim to save us, the house of the Kohen Gadol, got together with his children, and they killed whoever had to be killed. By Ragum, they killed whoever it was. It was the general. They killed. We'll learn soon. And we were saved. From there on, the Kohanim took over the Melucha. They took over. They became king of Israel, the Hashmonaim family, and at least we got that, a Jewish kingdom to the land. This was until this lasted for over 200 years, until the destruction of the second Beis HaMikdash. When the Yidden, the Jewish people we won over our enemies. The date was 25th of Kislev. This year, November 29th. The first thing they did, before they cleaned up anything, before they cleaned up the mess, before they did anything, the first thing they did is they went into the Heichel, they went into the Beis HaMikdash, and they said, we have to get the avodah, we have to get things back going. And one of the easiest things to do right away is to light the menorah. So, in order to light the menorah, we need oil. Now, they found plenty of oil throughout the Beis HaMikdash, However, they didn't find all the oil was the seals were broken. Now the truth is that you are allowed. There's no pure oil. There's no shemen zayis. There's no pure oil with the seal of the kain gadol. Then you can use even regular oil. You can even tell me oil. It's not. It doesn't take away. You can't not. Of course, you're supposed to use pure oil. But if you don't have pure oil, you can still do the mitzvah with impure oil. Just like today on our Hanukkah menorah, it's better to do the mitzvah. The nicest way to do it with alva. If you don't have alva, you have candles. You do with candles. You know one type of candle you can use whatever you could improvise. The halacha was you could improvise based mikdash by the mikdash as well. But the Yidden insisted on doing it the nicest way. They said, no, we're going to look for the nicest. They searched, and they found one jug. They found one jug with the seal of the Kohen Gadol. And of course, we know there was only enough oil to last you for one day, but they did it. They said, let's put it in. And it lasted we know the miracle that lasted for 8 days. And that's why they decided that from then on they were going to celebrate the miracle of Hanukkah for 8 days. They established it, the Chama of that time, stages of that time, established it as days of Simcha, days of joy, and days of Halal, days of praising Hashem. Every single night it says we should light the menorah at the opening of our home, all late nights of Hanukkah, in order to show the miracle to everybody. So we'll discuss the idea of putting it do we do it by the front, do we do it in front of the house? We're going to come up. Do it by the window, do we do it inside the house? But the point here, he says, the point was that it should make it known that you should be proud of the miracle and do what's known as Pesumei Nisa, spread the miracle of Hanukkah. These days are called Hanukkah. Stands for Chanukah Pei. They rested on the 25th day. Because it was the 25th day, they finally rested from their enemies. Another reason why it's called Hanukkah is because in those days they made the Chanukah Sabayis. They made we moved to the new house, we make something called Chanukah Sabayis. We dedicate the house, and they, after being torn away from the Beis Hamikdash, they rededicated during that day. For this reason, many people have the custom to have a su'udah, to have extra meal, to eat extra food in Hanukkah. In order to prove that we're eating extra food, we eat oily food so that it shows in our stomach, show that we're Show. Nobody celebrates Hanukkah before Hanukkah. Yeah. No, we should eat something extra during Hanukkah. Go do that. Now, another reason why it's called Hanukkah is because really the building of the Mishkan was completed during these days. And Hashem said, I'm going to make it one day into a holiday. And therefore, it's not just the Chanukah Sabayis, it's not just called Hanukkah because the Chanukah Sabayis is a rededication of the Beis Hamikdash during the times of the Greeks, during this Hanukkah story, but it really goes back all the way to the times of the Mishkan in the desert. The mitzvah to tell, when we're around the menorah, tell our family stories, miracle stories that happened in those days, and miracle stories in general. We tell our family. Customary to tell our family miracle stories that happen to our own families. We discuss the miracles that happen. Now, even though this meal, the custom to have a meal, it's not considered a Sudas mitzvah, it's not considered a meal mitzvah. Unlike on Shabbos or Yom Tov or by a bris or by a pidyon haben or by a wedding, it's considered a Sudas mitzvah, a meal of mitzvah. By Chanukah, Purim is a meal of mitzvah. It's a mitzvah to have a meal. Chanukah, it's customary to have a meal, but it's not considered a Sudas mitzvah. Unless we could turn it into a Sudas mitzvah. Just by itself, it's not. Unlike all other meals by itself is. Chanukah, you could turn it into a Sudas mitzvah, and that is by singing songs during the meal and thanking Hashem. We turn the meal into a Sudas Seidah, we turn it into a meal of thanks. When we thank Hashem during that meal, when we sing songs, when we celebrate, then we turn it into a Sudas mitzvah. We should also give extra tzedakah during Hanukkah. And we have, it's a skula, he says. It's a skula, Shulchan says it's a skula, timei segula, timei, days of segula, days of auspicious time to, we have special, in general, tzedakah says it's possible of, it saves us from death, it saves us from many things. You know, the Gemara says, tzedakah, greatest tzedakah for brings closer to the gula, not just the general redemption, but also personal redemption. Sometimes we're in a crunch, and our giving tzedakah brings us our own personal redemption. So in general, giving tzedakah is a good time. It's always a good time to give tzedakah, but especially during Hanukkah. Hanukkah is an extra special time to give tzedakah, and the power, it's always powerful to give tzedakah, but the power to give tzedakah during Hanukkah is so much stronger and can take us so much further. We should also try to learn extra Torah during these days and strengthen all parts of Yiddishkeit, especially helping someone who's not close to Yiddishkeit, being close to Yiddishkeit, especially that, bring them close to Torah. We should try to do during these during Hanukkah. We have 3 more minutes. We're not allowed to fast during Hanukkah. Oily foods. You can't say no. I can't eat donuts today because of fasting. No fasting on Hanukkah. However, the day before Hanukkah, the day after Hanukkah, you are allowed to fast. You're also allowed to do a hesed. In other words, on Hanukkah itself, we also stay away from hesed. We also stay away from eulogies. Someone passed away. We have a funeral during Hanukkah, so we have less. We minimize the eulogies. Try to make it quicker. Move things along. Also, if someone passed away during Hanukkah, some people have the custom to fast during yard site. Some have that custom. Or during Hanukkah, we should not do that. During Hanukkah, we're allowed to work. We're allowed to go to work like every day. Unlike, let's say Sukkot or Yom where it says that if you have to work, you should work, but it's better not to because you don't see bracha, you don't see extra blessing from that work. Unlike Purim, where you're allowed to work in Purim, but it says again you don't see simon bracha, you don't see a final blessing from the work you do in Purim. On Hanukkah, it says we're allowed to work, no problem. Allowed to work like a regular day. Light a menorah, your workplace. Just women specifically have the custom to not do work during the time that the candles are burning. That's why the women have the custom of getting a menorah and has the biggest amount of oil you can put. This way it lasts as long as possible, so they don't have to work as long as possible. No, it doesn't say that. Just for the lady, you just give me in the tip when I go to work. And they should not be makel, they should not be lenient to this. They should be strict with the custom. It's a beautiful custom. The ladies shouldn't work during while the menorah candles are lit. And beautiful custom, they shouldn't be lenient to it. What's the reason why specifically women are more careful or have that custom of not working more than men? It tells us because the gzeira, the decree, was harsher for the women than it was for the men. Because they had this sick custom that and before any girl gets married, she had to be with the Greek general, and of course they did whatever they could to get out of it, of course. But still, just having the decree was already enough harsh for them to celebrate Hanukkah much deeper. Another reason why women have a custom to celebrate this more than anyone else is because the miracle took place through a woman. What miracle took place through a woman? I believe the hanger. Gonna have a hanger, huh? Is that a fifth hanger? So tomorrow. Page 118, Meyer. Anyone else? Shalom love. What about democracy? No democracy? No more democracy. Okay. Welcome to the Communist Republic of. Yeah. We'll be here tomorrow. Check the film. That's tomorrow. Everyone has any ideas for the groundbreaking? November 28th, first night of Hanukkah. Spread the word. Whoever has any good ideas, let us know. Right? Casino, there is going to be on the next Sunday. Second Sunday. The 8th day of Hanukkah, I think? I have to check. Ours is the first. It's going to be in the casino. So hang on, I'll tell you. It's not going to be Gulfstream this year. It's going to be in December 5th. It's going to be. Where's the table? It's going to be in Mardi Gras. Just